All right. Here we go, guys. Give me a second here and I'll get the camera up and we'll get to rolling here. Let me see what I got going here. Let me pull this up and then go ahead and take that down. There we are. Hey guys, how you doing out there? Hope everybody's doing good on this Saturday. The object of today's video kind of is like the thumbnail said. Chef Marty says, let them eat cake. So, eat cake they shall. All right. Hey, Thomas, how you doing? All right, guys. If you make a comment, I'm not ignoring you. I'm just busy focused on what I'm doing here versus fraternizing in the chat. So, first thing I'm going to do is get rid of this cowboy hat. It's a little bit too hot. It's 82 degrees here in Sacramento. A little bit warm for a California early spring, which we've been warm for the last, I guess probably a month or so. But at any rate, so let's start getting into what we're doing here today. Give me just a couple of seconds. I'm going to switch camera views and then we're just going to go for it. Okay. All right. So let me turn that off real quick. Go up. Let's go to the webcam and then we'll turn this back on. There we are. Okay. All righty. So I'm going to come over here. And I'm probably going to lose the camera when I do this, but no biggie. All right. So here we go. All right. You see everything? I think you can. If you can't, I'll always think you should have. All right. So what I have here, we'll look at it, is I have like a 9x12 baking pan. This right here, 9x12 baking pan. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to heat up or melt some butter. Because this cake requires a ton of butter. All right, so I'm going to start off with one stick Now this is going to be used as a buffer in the cake pan, but this is not what's going into the cake mix. So that's going to be a different kind of butter. So I'm going to start off, I'm going to put this in the microwave for about, I don't know, we'll do a minute. That should be enough to melt it. All right. Oh, we lost the camera as usual. What the hell else? Why not? All right. So there's the 9x12 pan right there. And in the microwave is a full stick of butter. And what we're going to do is we're going to use that full stick of butter to grease this pan. I'm going to do all my prep work here for this. Might as well go ahead and get this started. Yeah, that's good. All right. Looks like we're good and melted. It was only 4 seconds left, so we went ahead and let it go a whole minute. All right, yes, we're all good melted. So we're just going to dump that right into this pan. Okay. Now I'm going to take my pastry brush and I'm going to use the butter. I'm going to brush the sides of the pan. This is so that when the cake goes in the oven, it doesn't stick. Okay? And I know y'all out there are saying, well, what's Marty's part of this? Marty is the official taste tester. He'll be the one to tell me whether I did it right or not. So, okay. So now, full stick of butter. Like I said, it's probably not the healthiest recipe, but it's cake. Cake's not meant to be healthy. All right, so to this stick of melted butter, I am going to add some dark brown sugar, and I'm just going to sprinkle it. This is going to give the cake this kind of a brownish tint on the top. Makes it look pretty. It's not, you don't have to do this, but I prefer to do it. I like to do it this way. So, all right. I'm going to go ahead and use up a little bit more of this brown sugar. I want to get all the corners. All right. So now, I've got a pretty good level deal of brown sugar in this pan. Like I said, 9x12 baking sheet, okay? Put the sugar over there. All right, now to this, we're going to add, oh shit, one ingredient I forgot to bring out. How many I've got in there? Maybe enough. There may be enough in there. All right, now to this, we're going to take a fork and carefully dig out these pineapple slices. And as you can see, I'm using great value. Doesn't need to be anything expensive. Okay? So I'm going to pull these out of here one by one. Okay? And I'm going to lay them out in this sheet. Okay? There. And then there. 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 Okay. trying to arrange them so that I have, you know, about 5 to 6 pineapple slices in here. And they don't have to be perfectly round. So let's see, how many we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I have 8 slices of pineapple. Now this can has like 10, so there's 2 free slices in the bottom of this thing. Now, I'm going to take some maraschino cherries. And this is purely decorative, has nothing to do with the taste. So I'm going to drop 1 maraschino cherry in the center of each one of these pineapples. That's our oven telling us it's ready. So that's all. Well, hey, we had enough in this jar. We didn't have to open the other jar. Good. So 1 more maraschino cherry. All right. Oh, come on, get in there in the hole where it goes. All right. So that's that. You see what I did there? All right. The cherries back in the box, back in the cabinet. So now this is just something my mother always did, and you can do it too. You don't have to, but I'm going to take some crushed pineapple. All right. And I'm going to take a spoon. And see these gaps in here between where the pineapple is? I'm going to take some crushed pineapple and just fill those gaps in. That way, every bite you take of this cake, you're getting a little bit of pineapple. Okay? And this is just dull pineapple. Canned. Canned is fine. If you have fresh, well, you're in Hawaii. And you probably know better things to do with pineapple than bake them in a cake. Just saying. Okay. So, this is all in. All right now. Okay. And basically, like I said, all I'm doing is I'm using the crushed pineapple to fill in the holes where the regular pineapple isn't. All right. So that's that. Now I will take this and I'll put this in a container, which I just so happen to have, an old butter container over here. And I'll put that canned pineapple in there and reserve it. And we'll use it for something else at another time. Put the lid on it. All right. So now our pan is prepared. It's exactly how we want it to be. So what's the next step? Well, we want to prepare our cake mix. And now I'm cheating. I'm using a basic Duncan Hines yellow cake mix. But I'm going to add some different things to it. Now it calls for 3 eggs and 7 tablespoons of butter in the batter. So, melted butter. So I'm going to just drop this in again in the microwave with the butter and let it melt. Now that was Kerrigan's gold because it's going in the cake mix. So that's good butter, quality butter. You don't have to, but I do. So now what I'm going to do, I need my measuring cup. It calls for, let's see what the cake mix calls for. The cake mix calls for 3/4 of a cup of water. Well, we're not doing 3/4 of a cup of water. We're going to use, remember the pineapple rings? The pineapple rings come with juice. So we're going to dump that juice. And hopefully we get 3/4 of a cup. It's going to be pretty close. Oh, our butter's done, damn it. Shit. That butter melted quick. And it's hot. And I don't want it to be hot. So I'm going to set that over to the side. Okay, we've got 3/4 of a cup of pineapple juice. I came out of the can of the pineapple spears. That worked out perfect. So instead of the Duncan Hines cake mix calls for 3/4 of a cup of water. Not using 3/4 of a cup of water, I'm going to use the juice out of that canned pineapple. And then it calls for 3 eggs. Well, like I've told you guys before, I don't see so well anymore. So when I crack my eggs, I crack them into a glass bowl. And that's what I'm going to do right here. These eggs have been sitting out for about an hour and a half, 2 hours, warming up to room temperature. So break it. That way we know we ain't getting no shells. Okay. There's that one. Put it right in the garbage disposal. By the way, garbage disposal is great for grinding eggshells. Or you can save them, put them in your compost, and they make great fertilizer. So, there's 2 eggs. Here's the third. Oh, that one a little bit too hard. Probably going to get a little bit of shell out of that one. No, didn't. How about that? All right. How about that? Okay. So put that over here. Now I'm going to rinse my hands off because I got some of that raw egg on my hands. Okay. There we go. All right. Rinse my hands off, dry my hands. Now, move this chair out of the way. Remnants of my mother. The towel over the shoulder, that was a mom thing. She always, when she was in the kitchen baking or whatever, she always had the towel on her shoulder. All right, so I'm bringing over here this. This is my Christmas present to myself. This is my Wilton cake. Well, it's not Wilton. It's a stand mixer. This is something I always wanted. And I finally splurged this Christmas, and I got me one. So, here we go. There's all set up. Now you can see in the bowl. And here's what we're going to do. We're going to start off with the cake mix. Okay? Just a cheapo vanilla cake mix. Duncan Hines brand. So, not necessarily really cheap. It's Duncan Hines golden butter. See? Duncan Hines golden butter. That's what it looks like. All right, so we're going to put that in this stand mixer, and I have my whipping blade. So, go ahead and cut this open. All right, I'm going to start off. I'm going to go ahead and drop this cake mix in. Just dump it in. Okay. Now, I'm going to go ahead and put my shield on. This is a cake shield or flower shield, whatever you want to call it. And I'm going to go ahead and bring this up into position so it can start. All right. So we're going to switch it to low. Let it start. Now it's not mixing anything at the moment. So what we're going to start off, we're going to pour the pineapple juice in. All right. Let that get mixed up real good. And then we're going to start dropping the eggs in one at a time. Little at a time. There's one. There's two. There's three. So the eggs are in it now. And now, last but not least, the butter. This is that Kerry's Gold butter that I mixed up earlier. It's cooled down enough now that I can just drizzle this in. All right, we're just going to drizzle that in. Okay. Now, I'm going to switch the blender from a low blend to about a medium mix. And we're just going to let it go. Let it do its thing. Might even kick it up a notch. Then, and then one more. Let's kick it up to high. It's not quite on high. It's on about 6. And it's mixing that cake mix really good, blending it up very well. So we're going to let that go for a little bit. While that's doing that, we're going to this pineapple. This is the time. We're going to put these last 2 pineapple rings. Okay. That's it. There we go. There's a drizzle of juice in the fresh, so we'll just drop that in. That's going to give our cake a real nice pineapple flavor. Okay? So now we're going to let that mix for a few more minutes. All right. I'm going to go ahead and shut that down, move this, set this over here, and I'm going to come in here with a spatula, a scraper if you would. And I'm going to scrape the sides down, make sure that this cake is all mixed, which it looks like this batter is mixed very well. There's nothing, no flour at the bottom or any of that. So we're good there. All right. All right, so we're ready for the last stage before the bake, which I'm going to move the camera back over here, and I'll probably have to reset. So camera's back over here. Let me that up. All right, so I'm going to pull the cake mix out of the mixer. Okay. And it's not really frothy, but it is very well mixed. So we're going to take that, and on top of this cake right here, you can see it, on top of that cake, we're just going to pour this cake mix right on top. Okay? Just like so. Making sure that everything gets to the edge And then we're going to come in here with the spatula, scrape the sides of the bowl, get every bit of that cake mix out. All right? Every bit of it. Just going to scrape that bowl. Okay. Make sure that I'm scraping everything down. All right. Okay. All right. This, by the way, friends, is my favorite dessert. Next to President Eisenhower chocolate cake, this would be, matter of fact, this is exactly what I went to on my birthday. Almost 5 months ago, 4 months ago. Anyhow, okay. So, we can push the mixer back out of the way. We don't need that anymore. All right, now our oven is already set at 350. So, we're going to put this cake mix in and let it bake. That was the last step. We put the mix in. Oh shit, I got a pan in there I gotta pull out. Okay, well, no, I can just set this in the middle of that pan. Okay. All right. That's in the oven. Now we wait. Turn the light on so we can see what's going. Now we wait. And I'm going to move the camera back over here. Actually, I'm going to change camera views. Give me a second. I'm changing camera views. Let's go to the integrated camera. There we are. And then let's turn it on. There we are. Oh, what the hell? Is it this one? No, not supposed to be that one. It's supposed to be the other one. So let's go to get off the webcam and go to the integrated cam. I want this cam. This is the one I want right now. Okay, so now it's just a waiting game. About 15-20 minutes. In the meantime, we'll just sit here and BS, and anybody wants to come in. Let me see. Let's see if I can post a link. All right, I'm going to copy this link. And then I'll put the link down here. Hey, Dirty Water. What if you don't like cake? Well, then, you know what Marty says. Either fuck them or feed them cake. So. How you doing, buddy? Glad you're here. All righty. Hopefully that, no, it didn't take. Damn it. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to paste the link. There we no. God damn it. What the fuck? Well, I can share it this way. Give me a second here. Got to come over to the YouTube side. Well, now I gotta mute this. All right. Let me bring this down. Paste. There. All right. Okay, there's the link. All right. Is the link in the chat? Can y'all see the link? I thought I pasted it, but I get maybe yeah, all right. I'm seeing it in the chat on the YouTube side. All right. Okay. Links in the chat on the YouTube side. So, all right, we're going to let this cake bake off. It'll take a little bit, but once it bakes off, we'll do the last stages. Bring it out, we'll flip it, because that's the key to a pineapple upside down cake. You make everything in reverse to what it's going to turn out like. Hence, upside down is what it is. All right. Okay. I don't understand why it's not allowing me to post my link on my stream. No, it's not allowing me to do that. Damn it. Oh well, is what it is. Anyhow, it's going to take a few more minutes, and I'm sitting here sweating. So, we'll come back as soon as the cake's done, and you can get a gander at it when it's done. Now, when it first comes out of the oven, it's going to have to cool just a little bit. And then once it cools, then we'll flip it and do the big reveal. Now, it's not uncommon to have some of the pineapples stick, but don't fret. It's easy. You just pull them out with a fork and place them back over the cake. The butter usually stops that from happening, but not always. Okay, man, I'm sweating. I think I'm gonna have to kick the air on. Damn it! Oh, give me a second here. I'm gonna walk around here and kick the air conditioner on. All right. Okay. I had to go turn the air on for a minute. Shit. I guess the oven going in here made it a little stifling. Oh. So, like I said, we're watching that cake just cook up. It's going to rise and it's going to brown. Once it's done that, we will stick a toothpick in the center. If we pull it out and it's clean, it's done. Should take about 25 minutes, somewhere around there. So, in the meantime, let's look and see what's happening over here on this side. Yeah. Okay. All right. We'll go back over here. And I don't know why it won't let me post a link in my own chat. But for some reason, it's acting stupid. Let me see here. Copy this. And then let me hit paste. Try it one more time. Nope. For some reason, it's not letting me. And it may be set in my settings on StreamYards. No biggie. Oh, hey, Mr. Beckham. How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. We can, you know. I don't know that I could give you a lot of insight on it, but I do have a little bit of knowledge about it. I mean, my time with them was but a few years. In the 90s. Actually, I guess it was the late 80s. Because they started oh, right. Okay. Yeah. Well, you know, and that's just it. You know, they often complained about Kevin Von Erich being stiff. All the boys back then were stiff. They and the storylines were believable. Yeah. Well, he's talking WCCW, world class out of Dallas. And a lot of that, Jonesy, a lot of it wasn't fake. I mean, some of it was. Some of it was staged. Some of it was, you know, but Hence the difference between a work and a shoot. A work is doing a job, putting the other wrestler over. That's a work. A shoot is when it goes IRL, in real life. And there was a lot of shoot in world class at the Sportatorium in the late 80s. And that's why it was so popular. Because they beat the shit out of each other. But anyhow, not here to, but yeah, Beckham, we'll do that sometime. We'll get with it. You're talking WWE, well, at that time WWF, but WWE now. And it's possible because Sheik was nuts, was literally nuts. And I'm sure that he probably did want to break Hogan's leg for real. And just understand, Hogan was not loved in the locker room. Hell, throughout most of the territories, Hogan wasn't loved. So, it is what it is. Like I said, come on, get off of this. There we go. All right. Okay. Now, for those of you out there that don't know, in the late 80s, God, it's been so long I can barely remember it. I did do some work for Jack Atkinson. Mainly just ran errands and picked wrestlers up, stuff like that. Was not in the locker room. I was not, but I did have contact with the guys. And I seen, and I wised up about the business on my own. Nobody had to smarten me up. I already kind of figured it out. But the old Dallas days, I did know a lot of the guys. I knew Chris Adams. I knew Gino Hernandez. I knew Frank Goodich, which is Bruiser Brody. Of course, I knew the Von Erichs. Out of all of them, I probably liked Kerry the most because Kerry was just a card. He was a clown, and he loved to make people laugh. Kevin was really standoffish and just wanted to do business. Chris was sort of arrogant, but he was a kid. And he wanted it more than any of the other boys wanted it. So, and the Iron Claw is it's a decent movie, but it's mostly fiction. The initial storyline some of it, some of the underlying, some of it's truth. They did move to Dallas from New York. The oldest, Jackie, did die in a freak accident. And Fritz took over the promotion at Sportatorium. But as far as him pushing the boys into the wrestling business, no, that wasn't the case. All three of them boys, well, actually four, all of them boys wanted to do it. The only one that might not have wanted to do it was Mike. But Mike was a lot of people don't know, Mike was an accomplished musician. He played guitar and was quite good at it. And had he not got into wrestling, I think he would have been an entertainer no matter what. But I think music would have been his. That would have been where he went. Okay, we're going to give a look at our cake. It's starting to rise and starting to brown off a little bit. Oh, I'm sure, Beck. Yeah. I was just fortunate enough to be in the right place at the right time. Or maybe, depends on how you look at it. Maybe it was the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know, you know. I saw the guys in there outside of their personas. So I saw them as just regular guys like everybody else. And that was probably what got me where it did, because I'm not starstruck. Not by anybody. They're entertainers. I do give them the respect they deserve, but I don't treat them differently. And I've been around a lot of entertainers throughout my life. So, anyhow, that's where we're at. Even you? How you doing there, Mr. Jones? I hope you're feeling well, and you did tell me you were feeling much better. I'm so glad of it. I've not been sick, but I've just been wore out. You might, Jonesy. So maybe you watch your step. You're still pretty weak. Yeah, I get you. I get you. That pneumonia ain't no shit to fuck with, and it zaps you, leaves you. Okay. Just trying to keep an eye on my cake. I got the cake in the oven, so. I know it's kind of boring, guys. Just bear with me. I'm going to do the reveal as soon as the cake's done. I don't want to pull it before it's done. But as soon as the cake's done, I'll do the reveal, and then I'm going to skedaddle-doodle. But until then, so this is the big weekend for the Stoner Van Houtens. They're all, last I heard, he made it to LA safe and sound, and that was Thursday. I believe they all made it out to Barker Ranch Friday. I don't know. Won't hear anything back from them until Monday or Tuesday, probably. Because they won't be back into civilization until late Sunday evening. Where they're at out there, there ain't no signal. There ain't even a cell phone. I mean, it's kind of like Gilligan's Island. No phones, no lights, no motor cars. It's as primitive as can be. Trust me, it is. It's primitive out there. And if you fuck around, you will find out the hard way. So I hope that they kept their wits about them. But I don't have a DJ to play music, or I would. And besides that, I want to leave this stream up. So it's best I probably not play any music. I played my entry, and I'll play my out music, and that's pretty much it. They don't seem to gig me for that. So anyhow, tis what it is. Okay, I'm going to go look at the oven real quick. Give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Okay. Nope, it's still a little jiggly. Still a little jiggly. Kind of like me. Still a little jiggly. Ow. All right. What else can we do? Just gotta sit here and wait. That's the part of cooking that is probably the hardest, is to learning patience. Letting the oven do its thing. Letting it cook, not fucking with it. But at any rate, oh, excuse me. Marty's copped a squat on the floor. He's waiting for the cake. And yes, he will probably get a bite once it's cooled. Because there's nothing in it that would hurt him. Okay. I'm saying probably about another 10-15 minutes. So let me see, it's 6:57 now. I guess we'll give it to about 7:10, 7:15, somewhere around there. Now, if I had a way to play some music, I would. But actually, like I said, it's probably best that I don't play any music because I'm going to leave this stream up. And I don't need to. Yeah, I don't need any strikes. Not like somebody we know. God love him. Oh. Well, Mr. Beckham, I almost headed your way about a week or two ago. I thought about it real hard. I just don't know I can make those miles. 1,750 miles is a lot of miles. It's about 2.5 to 3 days of good, hard running. And I believe probably the worst stretch of road, or most monotonous, still love my lack of hair. Yeah, well, I just noticed in the mirror this afternoon that I'm starting to see a lot of gray. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll be damned. Yeah, it was about 5 years ago. Yeah. And I enjoyed it. We need to hook up again at some point. With no family jams happening this year. So that's kind of out. I don't know. I don't go to LA very often. Ain't no biggie. Are you talking about the turning gray? I'm surprised I'm not as gray as my beard is right here on the edge, all over by now. My father, by the time he was 22, you love El Paso. Oh, the gray, you mean? Yeah. Yeah, no, it ain't no biggie. But like I said, I'm surprised I'm not as total gray as this in my beard right here. I'm surprised I'm not that way all over because, like I said, my father, by the time he was 22, was completely gray haired. So I didn't take after him. I'm really surprised. So, yeah, I mean, El Paso is kind of a weird city. It's cool and it can be dangerous. I watch my ass when I'm in El Paso. But I don't venture into the bad areas either. And I used to like to go over to Juarez. You won't catch me going over to Juarez now. But back in the day, well, I had a Mexican friend that I used to go across the border with. And he was a national. So he had dual citizenship. I don't know how that worked out, but he had dual citizenship. So I felt safe going across with him. But like I said, today, I don't know that I would do that. I wouldn't go over to Juarez. I wouldn't go to TJ. And I wouldn't go to New Laredo. Just ah. Okay, where are we at time wise? 7:02. I'm going to give it to about 7:10, and I'm going to check that cake one more time and see if it's ready to be pulled out. Once it comes out, it needs to cool just a little bit. And then once it cools, then we'll do the big reveal. Get a swig of my coffee. As always. Oh. So, does anybody have any questions out there about the cake? What kind is it? It's pineapple upside down cake. One of my favorites. I have pretty much kind of two favorite cakes. Pineapple upside down is one of them. And my other go-to is a President Eisenhower chocolate cake. Now, that's an old recipe. And it's that's not box mix either. It's all from scratch, every bit of it. But I don't make it very often because, well, for one, I'm diabetic and I'm not supposed to be eating that kind of shit. But of course, I have both. I keep milk in the refrigerator all the time because I drink coffee all the time. And I put a splash of milk in my coffee. So I've always got ice cold milk. And then almost always have a 12 pack or an 18 pack of Sprite. Because Sprite's good for an upset tummy. Now, but yeah. So we got pineapple upside down cake. If you rewind the video, go back in the beginning and you'll see me putting it all together. And I do cheat. Yes, I do. I use a box cake mix. But when it's done, it don't taste like no box cake mix. Trust me. I promise you. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and check that cake right now real quick and see if it's still got the jiggly jigglies. If it does, then it's still got to go a little bit longer. That's pretty close. The center is still just a little mushy. So we're going to let that go for a little bit longer. I'm going to reach over here and grab my platter. I wish I had something to shine that up a little bit. We'll rinse this off just in case. Talk about a silver platter. That's what we got right here. Silver platter. I'm going to put that platter down there real quick. And then once that cake's ready to come out of the oven, you want the blueberry recipe? Okay. I can send it to you. That blueberry crumble, it's real easy. But and I will tell you this, it's really rich. You don't want but a little small piece because it's really, like I said, it's really rich. Has a lot of butter in it. But it tastes good too, you know? How's this? I'm just watching out my window here. Keeping an eye on the neighborhood. Oh, it's a DoorDash. Okay. Well, like I said, I'll get that recipe to you. It's like I said, it's really easy to make, and I love it. And you can do it with any flavor pie filling. You don't necessarily have to do it with blueberry. It's best with blueberry, but if you're not a big fan of blueberry, you can use apple. I use cherry. It's really good with the cherry. Okay. Like I said, I'm going to give it till about 7:15. Give that cake a little bit more time. Been in the oven about 15, 20 minutes now already. Fixing me close to 30. Okay, yeah. Yeah, when I get a minute to slow down, I'll email it to you. It's a great dessert if you're going to like a picnic or a family gathering or something. It goes over really well. I have to be careful with it, having it here, because I'll eat it and make myself sick. Or I'll eat it till I make myself sick. I'll be checking my blood sugar, and my damn blood sugar will be 400. And I can't do that. That's not good. Anyhow, oh, kind of slow for a Saturday night. Alrighty. Okay, 11 after. Not an awful lot of activity outside for a Saturday night. And I'm being nosy. Hmm. Y'all can't see it, but behind the screen on the computer, I've got a big picture window that looks out onto the park. Little man's up and moving. What are you doing, little man? Huh? What are you doing? What are you doing, huh? Monkey butt. Yeah, I know. Big stretch. Big stretch, huh? Big stretch. I know. Okay. Well, it was a toss-up between doing this pineapple upside down cake or doing. I was going to do some German pancakes, also known as Dutch babies. But I didn't get motivated this morning, and I don't like to waste food. I don't want to make it just for the video. So, just deal with what, Jonesy? Okay, alrighty, I'm going to go check the cake. Give me a second here, guys. Oh. I think we're probably pretty close to being ready. I'd say it's ready. I would say. I always believe it's ready. So, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pull it from the oven. It's got a nice, it's nicely brown, and the edges are pulled away. Yeah, that's pretty consistent. The edges are pulled away from the sides. It's got a nicely browned, and it springs back when you touch it. So, one more thing I'm going to do. I'm going to take a toothpick, stick a toothpick in the center. And if it comes out with no cake on it, which it did, I'm going to go ahead and jab it a couple, 3, 4 places. All right. So, toothpick came out clean. I'll show you that. See there? Toothpick came out clean. So, that means that cake is ready. I'm going to change the views. Let me see. Probably going to lose the camera for a minute, but is what it is. Let's see. Let's go to the webcam. All right. There we are. Different view. All right. And it's going to black out, I know. Watch out, Marty. So I'm going to take it over here. That's what it looks like. Oh, we lost the camera. I knew it was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. Oh, come on. Come on, turn back on. There we go. All right. All right. Can you see it? Well, most of it. Kind of at a weird angle. All right. So, as you can see here, the cake has pulled away from the edges. It's pulled away from the sides. When you touch it, it springs back. That's a good sign that it's done. The other sign is sticking a toothpick in it. The toothpick comes out clean. Chances are it's done. So now comes, this is the upside down part of it. So what we're going to do is I'm going to move this over here we're going to put this platter on top. And then we're going to invert the platter and the pan all at once. Ready? 1, 2, 3, go. All right. Now, if we did that right, we're going to pull this pan off and we're going to reveal a wonderful pineapple upside down cake. I'm going to tap the pan just a little bit, just in case. It's still a little warm. Guys, I want to let that cool just a little bit longer. It's still a little bit too warm. I'm going to let that cool just a little bit longer. And then we'll do the big reveal. Okay. All righty. Let's see what we got here. Oh, now, all but one pineapple. How about that? And here's how we fix that. We just come over here, we grab the pineapple, flip it upside down, and put it right back in the cake where it goes. So there we are. Now I'm going to scrape the pan just a little bit. Get my pineapple back down, browning on the edges. This is one of the most flavorful cakes you will ever eat. Trust me. I'm going to drop that just down right there. All right. That's it. Oh my God, guys. This thing is delicious. Oh. I wish we had smell-o-vision, because y'all eat your heart out. There it is. That's pineapple upside down cake. All right, guys. Tell me what you think of it. Like, subscribe. You can see the steam still coming off of it. So it needs to cool before we slice it. But that's right. Bon appetit. We're ready. We're going to grab a piece here in a little bit. I want it to cool before I cut into it. But I mean, you know, if I didn't care about burning the shit out of my mouth, you could cut into it right now, cut a slice. But trust me, that hot buttered pineapple that's on the top, you get that stuck to the roof of your mouth and you ain't going to forget it anytime soon. Trust me. Been there, done that, got the t-shirt. So let me turn this back around to this. All right. Well, there you have it, guys. That's my pineapple upside down cake. You can rewind the video or email me directly. I'll be glad to share the recipe with you anytime. It's fairly easy. And it's very delicious. So, for everybody out there, thank y'all for joining me. I appreciate it. And we'll do it again sometime soon. But I'm ready to go relax for a little bit. Y'all take care. And like I said, we'll all talk soon.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until when. Through cares on the clouds and we're together. Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather. Happy trails to you. Till we meet again. Some trails are a happy one. Others